There seems to be no end to bad news coming from Kuno National Park in Madhya Pradesh. Over the last 6 months, 6 adult cheetahs and 3 cubs have died, taking the total death toll of animals in Kuno National Park to 9. Yes, I'm including the latest cheetah death, which was reported on Wednesday morning. Now, according to the Forest Department, one of the Namibian cats, Tiblisi, was found dead. Now, Tiblisi was one of the female cheetahs who was specially flown in from Namibia to India last September. Remember, this is part of India's grand wildlife experiment to restore the population of this endangered carnivore in the country. Cheetahs got extinct from India almost 70 years ago. Now, regards to the latest incident, the exact cause of death is still unclear and a post-mortem examination is underway. However, we spoke to some of the officials associated with the project and they say that the female cheetah was yet to be recaptured. It was found with a wound around its neck which had a lot of infestation by maggots and flies, which may have caused a blood infection and pushed the animal into a septic shock. Now, experts say that such kind of wounds can be aggravated by radio collars which tend to rub against the skin of the animal. Now, if you remember, a male cheetah had died in July in a very similar way, and that led the cheetah steering committee to call a meeting and discuss the situation with experts from both India as well as South Africa and Namibia. And it was concluded that all the animals, all the cheetahs who have been released into the wild would be recaptured and brought back into the bomas in the Palpur area of the Kuno National Park, and they would be examined. A special expert who basically specializes in the use of radio collars was invited from South Africa. Mr. Mike Toft then examined the health of these animals. Now, while the Forest Department was able to capture most of these cheetahs, only 2 females were still in the wild, and one of them was Tiblisi, who was found dead on a Wednesday morning. Now, experts are still not very sure about what could have led to this sudden infection in these animals, but what they agree upon is that the cheetahs are very delicate creatures and are prone to infections like these. Over the last 6 months, if you remember, all the 6 adult cheetahs and the 3 cubs who have died due to various reasons. The first cheetah death of Sasha was reported in March due to a kidney illness. Then Uday, male cheetah, died due to a cardiopulmonary failure. Then in May, another cheetah died when it was put into an enclosure with the other 2 male cheetahs, and there was violent interaction during mating. That was also the time that 3 cubs had died due to the intense summer heat. And then in July, another 2 cheetahs died. So there have been deaths being reported almost every month. There have been a lot of questions raised on this project. Experts are not very sure about whether this long quarantine period that these animals were subjected to has led to the situation, has added to the stress faced by these animals. But what they do agree on is that the animals are still struggling to adapt to the completely new geographical and climatic and weather conditions in India, as well as adjusting their biological clock to the changed timings in both the countries. All this, again, as I would like to highlight, is part of Project Cheetah, India's grand wildlife experiment to restore the population of this endangered animal. Thank you so much for watching CNN News 18. Keep reading our stories on news18.com for more such updates.